give a review of the three teams up until the first international break. I think it's too small, but anyways.
What three teams? What do you
As
mean?
in Newcastle, Villa, and Arsenal so far in the first three games.
Bro, what have you got to review? You've talked them up like as if God knows how good you've been. You're the only team across 4 divisions in England that hasn't scored a goal.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty bad.
Bro, literally.
And you played 2 games at home, and 1 game away is worse a team without a striker.
It hasn't been good. I'm not going to deny it.
Rick doesn't want to buy
And
back
on
this
top
boat.
of that, you've
Bro,
got
I'll
to come
destroy
to St.
Newcastle.
James's Park.
I'll kill Newcastle at this point, but I can't.
On top of that, you've got to come to St. James's Park, and we'll welcome you nicely. And you've got to play Liverpool. So, good start.
I'm not, like you said the last chat, I'm not scared of anybody, especially Newcastle. Zero.
Oh, mate,
You went on record.
Rick,
you
you
went on
got to
record.
start. Bro, you guys are coming
Rick.
last, dude, after 3 games.
Bro, they won.
hey,
Put ahead of us.
Jay, you pin that little comment that he said there. I'm not scared of Newcastle because they're going to come to St. James's Park, and I want that comment on blast.
Sorted.
And then
Right.
after we pump them, I want to play that again.
All right, you can say
Done. Done. It'll
Bro,
be
the
a
amount of
soundbite.
from Newcastle.
It'll be a soundbite.
All I know so far is I've never seen so many tunes change from Chuck. It's like a roller coaster, and you know it. At the start,
Radio frequency.
Bro, at the start, he's trying to convince me Ekiteki and Isaac, and I'm laughing my head off. I'm like, this guy must be on another planet. I knew that wasn't the case, and he still sticks by that,
Rick,
right?
But okay, so I'm going to debunk that theory straight away.
Come on, Chuck, I'll
Liverpool
destroy
have
it.
just done that.
That's
Liverpool have
Liverpool,
just
not
done
Newcastle.
that.
Liverpool.
Newcastle's trying to win things. We're trying
It's
to
got-
win the
Chuck,
Champions League.
Take
We're
a pulse
trying to
check,
win
bro.
games.
Take
So
a pulse check.
the fact that you said Newcastle can't play with Isak and Ekitike, Liverpool have just gone ahead and done that.
They can't buy them together, is what I'm saying, not play. It's the stupidest
mean?
fucking analogy to have them
So you think
together.
Liverpool are not going to play them together at all?
No, they can. They're in multiple competitions, gunning for titles, like the trophies. You guys aren't even on the cusp of that.
Rick,
How can you board
a
them
lot
to?
of people said Newcastle
Chuck,
last year are maybe 3 to 4 players away from mounting a title challenge. We weren't far away. We
Have you taken your temperature, bro? Are you joking me?
Nah, Rick.
Come on, Chuck.
Right,
This is
guys.
ludicrous. This is ludicrous
Guys,
now.
all right.
This is
We
way
can't
overboard.
continue off the last.
We have a
conversation.
good team. We have a good team. And if we bought a few good players that could walk into the first team, which we haven't done properly, if we did that, we could have pushed the top 2,
Okay.
3.
Chuck,
I
that's
don't
your
rate
opinion.
Man
I'm
City,
not close to you.
Chelsea, have they really improved that much? And Arsenal, you know they're going to choke when
Chuck,
push
I'm
comes
not.
to shove.
Listen, I'm
It's
not
Liverpool.
subscribing.
That's
Choking.
what I'm saying.
I'm not subscribing to Newcastle anymore. I'm done
Oh,
with them.
God.
I'm
That's
done.
fine.
So you're writing
I'm
off everyone that's
No,
in the top 4.
this is my
but
point. This is
I'm
Newcastle-
not
this
writing
is-
off everyone. I'm saying every team has
Jay,
flaws, Jay.
The
Every
silly
team
part
has
is,
flaws.
I said to him, get Wiss at the start. He laughed at me. Oh, now he's a top player. Get Semenyo, now he's a top player. Get all these players that I've recommended, they're all top players now. I've watched Newcastle through and through, Chuck. I know what I'm in for. I know what I have 2 eyes. My left eye's not good. The right one's all right. But I'm telling you, I'm being honest
watching with your left.
bro. I'll be honest. If Newcastle was for title, I'd say this team's going for titles.
Rick, obviously we're not going for title now. We're not. The window has shown that, right? We can't compete with those guys yet. But let's see how this season goes. We got to get top 5 because the 5th place will get you Champions League this year. It's an 86% chance. So if we can get 5th, and that's still going to be hard. We've already thrown away 3 games. You know, like
Hey,
we're
you got
already up
Wolves this
against it.
weekend. You got to beat Wolves.
Wolves, they'll
Must
beat
beat Wolves. That's all I care about.
Ramsey might be questionable. He might not be playing.
If we need Ramsey to beat Wolves, then I've got a problem, right? So
Well, Gordon's suspended, yeah?
yeah, I know, but I still think we've got enough at home. We should be able to beat these guys at home. It's hard. It's a hard game, but let's see.
Hard game.
Nah,
You said
not
Tuesday-
Wolves.
Come
Every
on,
game's
Chuck.
hard, Rick. Every game's hard.
Yeah, look at this guy. If there's a caveat, there's an alter, there's an extra caveat. I love it.
There's
Fine,
a caveat
fine.
with
Yeah,
an
no
asterisk at the end of it.
Fair enough. Go for it.
Who's got the hardest round? Who's got the hardest game between the 3 of us? I'm going to say we do.
Everton.
Oh, come on, bro. You got fucking...
No, we've got Saliba out. He's out. Saka's out.
what? Who cares? 2 players.
Saka's out. No. And and then Eze's playing as well.
The main attack.
That's the whole team's out. We got
Who you
3
got,
or 4
Jay?
guys
Who you
out.
Bro,
got?
you just spent £260 million. You didn't let go of anybody.
Bro,
and
you
you've
spent
just strengthened your
£260
team.
million and you come in 3rd last.
No,
Jay, come on. We played Liverpool. We probably should have beat them. You lost to them. You should have lost to Man City. You had a goalkeeping own goal that got the game for you. A
Man
goalkeeping
United.
own goal. That's right. So I mean, come on. We
Doesn't-
went to Villa Park. That
Yeah, but
wasn't
then we
easy.
smashed Leeds. You guys, what
At
happened with you guys
home.
at Leeds?
At home. Leeds at home. Come on.
Leeds should have beat you, bro. 100%.
Yeah.
You can't be throwing
And-
comments like that. Come on.
Anyways, let's rate the games. Let's
All
how
right,
it's there
first
we go.
kick-off.
Arsenal.
Arsenal Forest.
I've already said it. We've got a couple of guys out. I reckon it'll be a tough game. New manager bounce as well with Ange. I still think
manager
we'll beat him
bounce.
because, dude, we're at home. I still think we're going to beat him, but I don't think it'll be an easy game. We've got a couple of guys out. So Eze starting. Apparently, he might be starting on the left, so that might be a good addition to the squad. Martinelli's been dropped. Saliba's out, but Mascara's a good player. I think he's a good cover. Madueke's starting. Madueke has looked great the last 2 weeks, and even in England as well.
Yeah.
But again, Forest, tough side. The difference is they're going to be playing completely different to how they play with Nuno, right? So, but then again, I don't know. It's very hard to pick this one because it's again the new manager bounce. But I'm still picking Arsenal over them 2-0 or 2-1.
Yeah, you can't. You have to you have to
Home
pick
as
up.
well. We have to beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to beat these guys. This is for me. This is a gimme. Like I think.
Gimme, come on.
Well, bro, come on. This is a Forest.
Do you know what's a
team that's-
gimme? Newcastle and Wolves. That's a 4-0 route over there.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I think it's a gimme because Ange is going to come in and you've got a completely new message in the dressing room. A lot of those players really like Nuno. Forget the crap that went on between Nuno and Edu, Nuno and Marinakis. Those players liked him. And as you saw at Aston Villa, you lose one player that everyone likes, let alone a coach. I think there's going to be some mixed feelings of that team. Plus, Ange is going to be telling them to push up to halfway line. So these guys do not play that way. It's a complete contrast in styles between a very defensive, counter-attacking coach and a very front foot forward high line. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting for Forest what they do there. It's a good time to play them. I wish we played them this weekend, so you're lucky, Jay. I think.
But you're versing Wolves compared to
3-0.
Forest.
3-0.
Oh god.
This is an easy.
You rather verse Forest than Wolves.
To be honest, this might be 4-0 Arsenal. If I was Forest, I'd almost be tempted to forfeit this match and just cop a 3-0.
Come on.
Better for goal
on.
difference.
Come
Better
on.
for goal
come
difference.
I think it's a banana skin. It's not an easy one.
Banana.
Only because the club's obviously gone through a bit of a shake-up already with Ange coming in. The style is completely different. That midfield is not made for pushing up. That midfield's literally balls to like bollards in front of the back line. So I agree with Chuck there. It's gonna be a change in style there. Plus, the thing is they've got wingers now that are pretty pacey. If you look like who they got there, they've still got Hudson-Odoi. They've also got that French winger who scored a bucket load of goals. Ndoye is always a striker. So they still have enough firepower. But when you go to Arsenal, are they going to park the bus like Nuno will? I don't know, because Ange does not park buses. He literally has scooters running through freaking on goal. So I think you're going to win 2-3-0, Jay, but I don't think it's going to be as clear-cut as you think, because they're going to be fired up. And Ange is a good people manager too. He'll go there firing them up as well, trying to use that little motivation about.
I never said it's going to be a clear-cut win. That was Chuck.
I'm just worried about. I just don't know how you guys will. Because sometimes Ange's teams come out guns blazing. Like I've seen him with the Spurs team. They'll come out the first 15, 20 minutes. Like Newcastle do, like at home, they'll kind of really, really compress you. Where these guys will just stampede you attacking-wise. I don't know if he's going to do that, but it could have that shock value.
Look at this guy.
No, that's what Newcastle does. They really
he's been on the ground. He's been in the training ground, this guy.
Hey, this guy.
Nah, you watch how that... I'm just saying, the first 15 minutes for Newcastle is very, 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 very
Why
important.
Newcastle? Why are we talking about Newcastle?
No, I'm just saying.
That's all he does. He just keeps bringing up Newcastle.
No,
bro, we're not even at that game yet.
We're not even there yet, Rick, man.
But for Spurs, Ange's Spurs team is like that. He'll come out very, very strong, very, very early, very, very quickly on the front foot.
So what do you reckon?
He's going to do that at
predicting?
Arsenal. You think he's going to do that at Arsenal? He's going to try to tell these guys who have never compressed and...
No, I don't know.
Ever.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's ever parked. I've never seen him park the bus either, so I don't know what I'm going to get from him. He's normally on the front
This
foot.
is a good game for Gyökeres to boost up his tally. Maybe get the third and fourth goal.
Rick, what are you predicting? What score?
Yeah, what are you
I think
predicting?
2-0, you guys.
See?
All right. And then Chuck reckons 4-0.
No, I think it's that.
Fourth and a half
I
time.
think it's going to be comfortable. I think it's going to be 3-0. 3-0. Comfortable.
Okay.
Well, they got done at home at West Ham the other day with
Exactly.
with parking the bus at home. So
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next game, Newcastle and Wolves. Walter Mard, first game, debut.
let
No,
Chuck take it.
what do you mean? That's the okay. All right, yeah. I'm looking at a different one. Yeah, okay. Newcastle Wolves. Look, for us, this is an absolute must-win game. Like, as far as I'm concerned, our season starts this weekend. You know, we've got 2 strikers. The problem is, you know, if I'm going to look critically at it, we've had no preseason with them. They've had, you know, they're maybe going to have 2 training sessions before they get out there. So everything that Arsenal wanted to accomplish, for example, if we're going to look at Arsenal, getting Gyökeres early, he needs time to understand the system. He needs this. He's got to get used to the players. Every excuse you make up for Gyökeres, well, Wissa and Waltermard should be afforded the same thing this week. But in saying that, I think this is probably a game. If we were to pick 5 teams that we wanted to play this weekend, this would be one of the 5. You know,
5. This would be number 1.
I wouldn't say number 1, but it would be one of the 5 teams I would choose to
at
play.
home, number 1.
At home as well.
Yeah,
but
at home.
Look, you know, we do have some concerns. Obviously, you know, Gordon's suspended. Ramsey's a doubt. Joe Linton's a doubt. You know, we've got a few players that are already, you know, coming off, you know, some questionable fitness concerns. But I think we should get the job done. I think we're going to probably win 2-1. It'll be close, but, you know, I see 2 mistakes from Wolves and, you know, we'll capitalize on it. Could be anybody who scores. I think Wissa will start, and Wissa's going to be a really good addition for us because his style of play is exactly what Eddie Howe likes. A pressing forward, gets in the box, takes his chances, and he's just no nonsense. So, you know, I'm tipping Wissa to be amongst the goals.
Chuck, you've pretty much got your whole team besides Gordon playing. So you guys have no issues there.
No, I know, but as I said, we've just bolted on 2 strikers, Jay. So we
but
need
Wissa's got EPL experience, so I can't put him on the same. But I can't put him in because you said he needs a bit of leniency like Gyökeres. I think you can't say that for Wissa. For Walter Mard, you can.
Wissa should, in theory, hit the ground running, but 100%. In saying that, he's playing with teammates. He's passed the ball to 3 times before, so he's got to go out there on the pitch. He's had no preseason with them, so I don't know how much rustiness there's going to be, or connections, or runs, or understanding. Do you come short? Do you go long? Do I kick it behind? Are you making a run to the channel? Like, these are things they're going to have to pick up on pretty quickly. Whereas, you know, as I said, you can't afford Gyökeres all this luxury and time. He's got to get used to everybody. And then Vissa's got to be telepathic with the Newcastle players. It doesn't work like that. But in saying that, I think Wolves is a team that is a good home game to play. And I think we should win this game.
Definitely. You guys should definitely win. I think maybe 2-0, I'd say. I'm going to call that 2-0 easily. Because Wolves, very weak at the back. Yeah. Dude, they've conceded huge margins the last 3 games. Like, you guys should run straight through them. Yeah. You've got 2 strikers now. So
Yeah.
Their midfield's got holes in them. Their defense is leaking. They got, I don't know. They're falling up. They're a bit they're in a transition at the moment.
The only thing with Wolves is they can get the odd goal.
That's right.
Yeah, but I think Newcastle will frustrate them and kind of typical squeeze them and suffocate them. I think they'll get 3 or 4 against them. 4-1. I'm going for
4-1. Jeez.
You're at home. No, you're at home. New crowd. Big crowd. New signings. 2 new strikers. I think you should smack them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next?
Fulham and Leeds. What are we thinking?
I like Fulham. They've played well in the first couple of games. They've just been unlucky, especially against Chelsea.
Definitely gets unlucky against Chelsea. Yeah. I'm tipping. Yeah. Go on.
At Craven Cottage, for me, it's 2-0. Leeds, I don't know. Besides Ellen Road, I don't see them winning many away games.
Do you reckon 2-0?
Yeah.
Does Fulham have the goals behind them, but they're not really a high-scoring team?
Yeah, but they're well coached. Leeds are away from home, Jay. That's not a team that really is going to travel well this year in the Premier League. They're going to do all their damage at Ellen Road. Yeah. You know, they're a home team. That's all they are. Big crowd at home. Everyone's pumped. You know, away from home, they're not going to travel well.
No.
I don't know. I feel like Fulham doesn't really have much firepower. It's easier to tip them for the win because they're at home. But I'll go with the draw just to change it up.
Draw.
Jeez. All right.
I'm going for a win.
Yeah, I think Fulham win. Yeah.
Yeah.
2-1.
All right.
Yeah.
2-1. Okay. Everton and Villa. Rick, must win.
It's getting that way, isn't it? That's a tricky one. It's not an easy one because they're in that new stadium. They're actually playing really well. Jack, he's done well for the past couple of games. So I don't know if we're going to handle him. He seems to be in his element at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how we face him. But we need to get off the mark. We definitely need a result here. I think. I don't know if we're going to. I'd love to say a win, but I'm probably going for the draw only because I think Uno's going to be conservative to kind of preserve the clean, or try and preserve a clean sheet in the draw to his best of his ability. I think he'll smooth over Martinez. I think he'll come back and just say, look, just integrate with the team, and we'll try and find a solution with you later. But at the same time, I think that will be his priority, just getting the harmony back, going over there. I reckon it's going to be 0-0. I reckon it's a 0-0.
You've got Elliott starting his first game as well, Rick. How do you reckon he'll go?
That's I don't know. It's going to be tricky. I mean, because you got Elliott, you got Sancho, you got Rogers picked up a bit of form. Watkins hasn't played at all at the freaking, or had a little bit.
Lindelof.
No, he came on.
Yeah, but like, it was a waste of time. He shouldn't even went for the England camp. If it was me, I would have rather him training with the squad, but he didn't. So there's still the feelers that we've got to work out how we're going to integrate some of these guys, like Elliott and Sancho. Lindelof, forget him. He's just probably putting Mitch's hats down. But again, Konza scored, give him a bit of confidence. Cash has had a blind on the international break, funnily enough, which is I didn't want to happen at all because he's going to be trying that during games. So I was hoping he'd have a quiet one and kind of sit back, but unfortunately he's had a couple of rockets go in. So hopefully he gets some confidence. Look, I just want to see how the team is harmoniously post here, because this is what Emery said. He goes, we need this window to shut, get the team back on track, and see if we can kind of get the team going that way post transfer window. So like I said, I'm going 0-0.
So what happens if they lose this game, Rick? You literally be at the bottom of the table with Wolves.
I think deservedly so. We've been horrible the past 4 games. I'm not going to lie. It's just, but I don't know if I trust the team enough to turn it around, only because there's enough there to turn it around. There's no way in my head we should be this low for any extended period of time. I think it'll eventually turn, because we've got Sunderland. The past parties we've got these guys in Sunderland away back to back, so they're not easy games. So it's going to really, really test us. And if we get a nil draw or a result at Everton, that could be a little bit of a spark to push on. Because, like I said, Morgan looked actually interested playing for England. Cons had a pretty good couple of games. So those two that was probably the kick up the backside they needed, or some spark to kind of get going. And then, like I said, a few others. Tillman scored a couple of goals. So that all in all, they had a pretty good international break. So I'm hoping that kind of flows through into this week. But like I said, if we can get a 0-0 draw to at least preserve a clean sheet and a point, I think that's a good step in the right direction.
So they'll make you go 4 games without scoring a goal, Rick.
Yeah, that's how conservative I'm being, because I don't know what I'm going to get post this break.
4 games without a goal.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You got England international Watkins.
You're just telling me England attackers everywhere. You've got all these new signings, amazing. Can't score a goal.
But you can't go all out guns blazing at Everton. It's the new stadium. You're not going to play open against them. They'll tear you apart the way they've been playing.
They've been playing really well, but you guys, for how good your squad is, considering you're not 19th, bro. You should be sitting around the top 10 mark already now.
Everton lost their first game away to Leeds 1-0. Then they beat
that was
Brighton.
Controversial.
But then they beat Brighton 2-0 at home, and then they came back and then they beat Wolves, who we've all said is absolute garbage, 3-2. So what I'm saying is Everton have had 2 wins and, a few kudos, a couple of clips, a couple of highlight reels, and you think everything's going good. They're probably not as good as you think they are at the moment anyway.
Form-wise, they're better than us, bud. Definitely.
Form-wise, definitely. But like
anything,
it's like you play basketball or tennis. When there's a break, you can come out a completely different player. And it's like, what the hell happened before? So this international break came at a perfect time for Villa. And I think you'll win 2-1.
My God, this guy.
I've got 2-1.
Yeah, it's 2-1.
Your team, you should be beating them, Rick. I agree. You need to beat these guys.
I think
under normal circumstances, I agree. We got to beat them.
What's not normal, Rick? What caveats are you placing
Shaka,
now?
unlockable character.
I don't know what's going on, man. It's just the lighting.
There's no caveats. It's just I don't know what we're going to get post international break. Whether the harmony is set back, Martinez has been integrated. Is Bizot going to start? There's all these ifs. But I think we should be good enough to actually at least get it. I think we need to hold out for an 0-0 draw. I don't know if we can beat them, but at least keep a clean sheet to go in the right direction. That's what I'm thinking.
Jeez.
I've got to be. I can't be calling wins when we haven't won anything in 3 games. And we playing
Hey,
crap.
back your team. You're very forceful. Have some courage of your conviction on the chats, mate. I'm thinking you're supporting Real Madrid. Under of the last 10 years with the way you carry on about Aston Villa, and then you come on here like a little pussycat. Yeah, well, I think we're going to get a draw. We might not score. We might not.
Can't do that, Rick.
Mate, act like you talk on the chat.
Yeah, but the difference is you ask me to put in my sort of take on the results this weekend, right? And there's so many permutations. And I've said I like our team. I'm not down on my team. I just don't know how they're going to mesh in time with everything that's going on.
Rick,
I hope that is.
Okay, let me be clear about this. If you don't beat Everton this weekend and you don't get a result at Sunderland, your top 5 chances are gone.
Gone.
Yeah,
Gone. It's
Too
finished.
hard.
It's done. You can't do in 33 games what
15
teams
points.
have the opportunity to do over 38. That's why for us it's critical we win this weekend, because you can't be playing a game of 33 and everyone's got 38 games to crack the top 5 spot. So what I'm saying is this is high stakes for Villa right now. You can't.
I don't think we're a top 5
games
team.
are massive, huh?
I don't think we're going to get top 5 this season.
What do you reckon you're going to get?
What are you going to get?
Based on the start, it has to be probably best 6, 7. Top 5.
What happens if you win tonight? What happens if you win this weekend? You still think 6, 7? You don't think you can get top 5?
No, of course it's achievable.
Rick, your squad is a top 6, top 7 team.
Yes,
I know that, but I'm just saying with the
and your manager, you've got a top 4 manager.
Yes.
I know, but I want to see a spark now. If he doesn't spark us for the next couple of games, I'm not going to sit there claiming we're going to start getting top 5 campaigns. I need to see something against Everton. That's what I'm waiting for, and I'm going conservative because when we have these problems, Emery kind of solidifies the defense. Make sure everything's nice and tight. He doesn't take too many risks. So that's what I'm kind of expecting to see against Everton. A very solid, a very solidified.
Do you think you guys are a solid defensive unit?
No, but we have to be. You can't. But the look, the way I'll go on record and say that. I'll say this on record, right? Squad wise, even with all the problems going on, the top 4's up there, and I will challenge anything around that because
Hey, Rick, fix your mic. Sorry, you're a bit. Yeah, go lower.
Got Noob Sabot over here, and then
we've got our unlockable character here. And then we've got.
It's too bright.
No, but I look. Just on your point about backing him, I'll back him. I think our squad's still good enough to compete for top 5. At least, like, give it a bit of a shake. Is it like last season's squad? No, of course not. We've taken a few hits. But given the start, I kind of have to take that into consideration where we are at the moment. I can't just say we're going to come out all guns blazing because we haven't done that before with Emery. He's kind of gone conservative, then built up. And I'm expecting the same thing.
Okay. All right. We'll move on to the next team because there's no strong conviction coming out of Villa Park for any wins.
Very, very muted at Villa Park.
I want to say something.
He'll get off this pod and he'll start firing through all these Rogers highlights. England, unbelievable. We're back. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to start copying that.
I haven't said we're back once.
Unbelievable.
I'm just saying I'm very conservative with these guys now.
All right, let's move on. Yeah. Crystal Palace and Sunderland, Rick. This is your competitors at the moment. Mid-table competitors.
Literally, yeah.
What are we thinking here? It's actually got to be a good game, I reckon.
I think Crystal Palace are a sleeper, man. They play don't use us as an example. They got our number, but in general, they give teams a good go.
Yeah.
And I've seen, and like I said, my only qualm I've got with the team is, and I probably would disagree with a lot of you guys about that, is Glasner stamped his foot down to let Guy stay. I think that was a bad move. I think they should have got rid of him and cashed in because that 40 mil could have gone somewhere else in the squad.
They had no time to replace him, Rick.
They were bidding for him
for
weeks, but
what?
It wasn't one day. They were bidding for him for a while.
But Liverpool had their strategy just like they did with Newcastle. They left it to the last second so it doesn't become a protracted negotiating situation.
Yeah, but you put a striker. At the same time.
As the window gets closer, look what we paid. Of course we paid a striker. But what I'm saying is Crystal Palace, if Liverpool offered 35, 40 million a little bit earlier, they might have negotiated a bit. But it got to the last second and then they almost forced
I don't know.
Palace's hand to take it.
I think Parrish stood firm like he did with you guys.
He did. Well, Glasner is the one that put his foot
Parrish
down.
with the transfer. Remember how he stood firm with you guys initially in the first window?
Yeah.
I have a feeling that may have come into play in terms of the stance of the transfer. Because He was coming, going. Glasner put his foot down 2 minutes before the window closed. You're like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, well, they kept on moving the goalposts with us. They told us 50, then they went to 60, then went to 65. Like, it got out of control, you know.
But Rick, if you
I
get rid
blame
of Mark
Parrish.
Gay, you're getting rid of the captain on the last day.
But he's not
That's
today.
crazy. That's crazy.
But
Yeah.
but it's a big loss. They should have got rid of him at the start of the transfer because they signed that French kid. The
one we got, Jadon Kavanaugh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they obviously he's
Yep.
going to be their future. He's like 19, but still you can't really get rid of your
Can't
captain
replace
just like
Mark
that.
Gahey with him. That's
It's
not
Yeah,
a-
but I
replacement.
don't know what message. I don't know what it achieves by keeping Gahey around.
Well, the
Besides
key
keeping
message
Glasner.
here is Glasner probably went to Parrish with an ultimatum. I've got 12 months on my deal left as well as the manager. If you sell my captain and star defender, I'm going to walk right now with him.
Yeah, but I think
and if you're Parrish, you're like, do I take the 35 or do I, and lose my star defender and my coach? Parrish then had to say, no, I've got to
no, I know.
cancel this deal.
I'm
right?
talking about Glasner's stance, not
Glasner's stance was right because Glasner doesn't care 12 months after this. He doesn't care about Crystal Palace making money. He cares about this season being competitive because he's only got 12 months left. Glasner is not going to re-up.
Player.
Huh?
Yeah, the guy was. If you didn't notice, he wasn't saying goodbye to the fans. There was a heap of he
I
wanted
know,
out.
Rick,
It
but
was
you
very
know
obvious.
what? I know, but he gets on the pitch and he's really professional. Everything else
Yeah.
is not. But on the
He's the
pitch, he's done a
captain.
great job. Yeah. Like he's
Let's
the
see.
exact opposite of what happened with Isak, who down tools and threw the toys out of the
Yep.
pram. This guy was actually still fronting up. He knew he might go. He
But
still
you know
played.
what? One bad game and things can change very quickly in that dressing room. That's the problem. When you've got a bit of a crack, that crack turns into a bloody.
But they've got a good team, Palace. Like I know you're not Gay's biggest fan, but he's a decent Premier League defender. They've got Wharton in midfield. They've got your mate Saar. They've got Mateta up top. They've got players. Muniz at right back. You know that's not a bad team. Like they're a Premier League team. You know,
and he's a good coach. That's the difference.
And he's a good coach.
Very good coach. Very good coach.
So what are you predicting?
I reckon Palace will win 2-0.
Same.
2-0 at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say 1 or 2-0. But Sunderland still could come through with it, Rick.
I don't think
they can. It's hard. Palace still is
Not
type
at
of the Eagles flying around hard.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into the next game. Bournemouth and Brighton.
Oh my God, that's a cracker game.
High scoring game.
I like watching these games. They're so entertaining. The Bournemouth Brighton game. It's end to end.
Just high scoring.
You know what? Based on what Bournemouth have been doing the last couple of games, I reckon they should win this like 1 or 2-0.
Same.
They're at home.
I feel like Brighton's due for a win, man. I feel like they've just. You know how they. That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say XG is like 2-3 goals every game, but they're not winning.
City. They beat City. They lost to Everton, and they drew with Fulham.
I think they're Brighton.
Yeah.
I think they're due for a win. I'm gonna go with Brighton winning.
Maybe
2-0 or 2-1.
Okay.
I'm tipping 1-1. I'm tipping a 1-1 draw. I think both teams will score, but both teams don't convince me.
Yeah.
Couple of posts, hit the woodwork a couple of times.
Yeah.
That'll be an entertaining game, I reckon. I'm telling you, that game's going to be a high tempo. You watch.
Yeah.
Both teams think they can win. That's what's good about it.
Yeah.
That'll be a good game. One team thinking and one team defending. It's like, okay, we can both beat each other here. So it should definitely be good. What's next game?
West Ham and Tottenham. Fuck. What a shit game. I'm just going by form, Tottenham.
And they're at home too.
No, West Ham's at home. It's at
right.
Stadium. Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping West Ham beat them.
West Ham need a win. They need a win.
You know what? I was reading about West Ham. Like they had huge problems with Paqueta. Like he didn't know what if it was coming or going. It wasn't just us interested in him. I think, and again, a lot of teams like us, and then West Ham and a few others have had Isak. There's been some sort of turmoil where Spurs haven't really had anything bad to sort of go through. So I'm kind of expecting the results to kind of correct themselves at the moment, which is, like I said, post international break, no transfer window shenanigans. I actually think West Ham will beat Tottenham. I'm going for a 1-0 win.
I hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Solanke's out, isn't he? He's out.
He hasn't been playing anyway. It's been Richarlison. It's been Richarlison up front with Kudus.
Forget that guy. But anyways, yeah.
Look, they've been playing well. You can't knock him. Like he's scored. He's on track to smash his Tottenham record in the next 2 or 3 games. Richarlison, he's got like 4 or 5 goals already.
Yeah, but did you watch him against Bournemouth? My God.
Yeah, I know. Look, I hope West Ham win.
For Brazil, he did nothing again as well.
Yeah, nothing.
Brazil barely made the qualifiers. Did you say that? They were like 6th or 7th.
They're a bad team, man.
Man, so bad. So bad.
I'm like Rick. I think West Ham will win 2-1.
Yeah, don't be surprised. Agreed.
Okay. I just want West Ham to win. I don't really care how.
Because they won at Forest 3-0, and as Rick said, Paqueta came back, and every team just looks for a reason to jump on some positivity. They got their main midfielder back. They've still got Bowen there. Paqueta's a big addition. Like, he comes back in the team. They've got enough pieces to hurt Tottenham, who, for me, maybe Vicario in goal, Romero. I don't trust these guys.
Callum Wilson will be starting as well. He should be starting because Fulkrug's out.
Well, I'd rather Wilson.
He scored.
Yeah, Wilson will score. If he gets a chance or two, he might score for him, you know?
Yeah.
It's exactly what I expect him to do. So hopefully West Ham win that game, and then they start talking about giving Graham Potter a new contract.
That would be good.
No, but in saying that, with Nuno gone, there could be a bit of a merry-go-round going, because a lot of these teams like West Ham, for example, might be looking at a Nuno and going, hey, is this guy an upgrade on what we've got? Can we get rid of him?
Yeah.
You know, so, I don't think Nuno will be out of a job too long.
Jeez. Yep. He's jumped so many times. Spurs, Saudi Arabia, back to Wolves, Spurs, Saudi Arabia, back to Nottingham Forest, like, far out.
He's not a bad coach. He's not a bad coach. Like, I think he's better than Ange. I think he's better than Ange.
No, I do. I think it's a loss for Forest, because
we set everything up.
Yeah, and his style of play was working for them. They had who last year thought Forest would be where they are?
No, not me.
Everyone thought they'd be a mid-table team at best.
Yeah.
At best. And this guy was pushing them for the Champions League on the last day of the season. They got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
Like, they were third, like, for majority of the year, 3rd and 4th.
Nuno did an unbelievable job, man. And I think Edu, your mate, Jay, he's come in and ruffled some feathers, and they didn't even talk to each other, those two.
Him and the owner.
And
we've lost it again, Chuck.
Yeah, I know. Man, I don't know.
But you know what? Even at Wolves, he took him to the Europa League, I think, when he first coached them as well. So he's
a good coach. I see nothing wrong with him.
I think it's a downgrade with Ange. That's the problem.
Same. I don't think Ange is going to deliver. His style of play.
Ange has been following him around as well. He's been for every team that Nuno's been at. Ange has been at as well. It's because it's Tottenham and now Forest too. So
he hasn't got the players. Ange hasn't got the players. These players are counter-attacking.
Wait till you see this Marinakis Postecoglou thing develop, because if there's any tension there, that'll come out real quick. Yes, that'll come out real quick. Yeah. If these guys start sliding down the table, don't be surprised if Ange doesn't make it to the end of the season.
Jeez.
A
lot of people backed down. You know what the latest I heard online was? A lot of people backed down to succeed Pep, and I was like, mate, if he's succeeding Pep, I'm gonna apply for the job.
The way Pep's taking Man City into the abyss, I think they'll take anybody at the moment.
Oh no, the City's normally, like, for coaching, they'll get top tier. They're not going to go that low.
I know that, but what I'm saying is Pep. I don't know. I don't think the players are listening to him at the moment. He looks like he's in a bit of trouble, and he's lucky he's got Haaland up top, who's going to win him some games. Yeah. Because if you didn't have him, my God, that's not a top 4.
Marmoush is out now as well.
Yeah. Well,
good. He's injured. But
all right, what's next, Jay?
Next game, Brentford and Chelsea. I think Cole Palmer's questionable, actually, for this game as well. So be interested to see how... Yeah, but how many games have they won without Cole Palmer?
Last game, didn't they win?
No, they've won a couple of games without him.
Pedro.
But Brentford's pretty bad, but...
Look, I'm hoping Brentford beat them, but I can't see how. I think Chelsea
no way.
Will be too good,
I'm just worried about Chelsea's backline, because how Brentford play, they're literally tossing in throw-ins as corners. So
I know.
That's
Chelsea's backline. I've said it before. Chelsea's backline is suspect. Chalobah's not bad.
Chalobah's decent.
Chalobah's not bad. He's okay, but who's the goalkeeper? Who's the goalkeeper?
What's his name?
Look at the fullbacks.
Exactly.
Cucurella.
He just wants to bomb forward. He can't defend.
And Malagusto.
But that's what I'm saying. The way Brentford are playing, they got that Michael. What is his name? Canuto. His name is a right back. That literally Kiade, tossing it from almost halfway into the box. It's like a corner. And so they've got 6'7" blokes, all damn Burnside, doing flick-ons.
Rick, I wouldn't take the Villa game for any sort of scouting.
No, but that's how they play.
I'm
saying it's a very physical, set piece heavy. Like you guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
Jay, you're set piece.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we're effective, man. We're like Stoke 2.0.
Mate, you'd be surprised. They scramble in the box, a couple of headers against two Twin Towers. It's very hard.
Yeah, I don't know. Brentford. I think you're right, Rick. At the start, was it you or Chuck? They were saying Brentford hot to take a relegation spot. Thiago, they've got Thiago up front. They've got nothing going on there. Anyways, so I reckon
they got Dango.
The
Django.
Rick's mate.
Yeah, wonderful. We got his season going.
Pau Torres made him look like he was Messi.
Oh God.
Pau Torres. Rick's a big fan. Another one, the chat Pau Torres.
This guy's got a turning circle of he's got a turning circle of F150.
Yeah. The chat Pau Torres and the real life Pau Torres, two different people, man.
Bro, the way you were talking up Torres before he came to the EPL, I thought it was PK.
Me or him?
You.
But he got us to the Champions League. He was that back one with Konza.
And the other guy, the one that tore his ACL, the other centre back from La Liga. What's his name? The Brazilian bloke.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah, hang on. Rick, you remember a couple of years ago, you thought this guy was going to be better than Saliba.
What? I didn't say that. My God, here we go. Come on, man. I'm just happy we're buying some quality at that point, let alone anything we got now.
Now you saw Lindelof.
Oh, that's just
You've gone backwards, Rick.
Lindelof and what would you do if you got Lindelof and Torres in there in a big game?
No, you can't.
It'd be an absolute
I'd rather play Martinez as centre back.
What's your centre back depth? Like Mings?
Mings, Torres left, and this bloke and Lindelof, Konza and Lindelof to the right.
Far.
So if Konza gets injured, far out, we're in trouble. But we got nobody. We had nobody at right back. No, right centre back. So
what about right back?
Right back depth.
What's the depth on Cash?
Cash and Garcia, the Spanish kid.
Garcia. Come on, man. That guy's lost. He's too red.
Bro, you've got
he's too green.
Kieran Trippier, who's barely walking.
I'd rather Kieran Trippier than Garcia.
Yeah, but look at their centre backs, Rick.
Yeah, look at their centre backs. We're loaded.
One bloke's done his ACL that Chuck's talking up. He's going to go back to glory. You got another guy
Botman.
Yeah, bro. He's come on.
All right.
Anyways,
ignore Botman.
But Botman's an asterisk, and you got Dan Burns, he's not going to last 50 games, and Shah, good luck. He's not going to last. Those guys are going to break down. Yeah, that's one player.
We've got some depth there. We've got some depth.
Scholars. Is he still playing EPL?
Bro, if Lascalas was
Put your mic out. Put your mic out.
All right.
If Lascalas was playing at Villa, they'd throw him the captain's armband. That's the state of the central defensive stocks.
Look, I'm not going to lie, it's not good at the moment. But again, we have to do something to fill the gap. So, you do.
Anyways, next game.
Tape. You've just put sticky tape at the back there.
We had to. We had no other options.
Aston Bunnings. All right, next game, Burnley and Liverpool.
Jeez. Talk about that.
Should we just skip that one?
Do you think he'll start with Ekitika, right?
He has to
start. Yeah, he won't
start. But apparently,
I think it's that
speed. Training the house down. He's training that. It looks good.
He's not FIFA. He won't be.
Rick, he hasn't seen him. He hasn't seen a second of footage, but apparently, it looks really good.
It looks good. I saw him in the Sweden game. Did he play a couple of minutes?
Bro, they booed him.
No.
He played.
No, he played it. He played for Sweden.
Jokerit started. Oh, yeah, for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but then he copped the booze when he touched the ball.
From who? From you and Matt at the time?
No, Swedish fans are saying if we don't qualify for the World Cup, it's Isak's fault.
Oh, come on.
That's what they said because he went on strike for so long and he didn't play and he's not match fit and he can't do the business for Sweden.
You see what he also said? You guys. He basically said you don't know the full story. There's a lot more behind.
The full story is you got a contract, buddy, and you decided to put down tools halfway through it. So that's the full story. That's the only thing we can talk about.
Anyways,
let's move on. All right,
3-0
minimum.
Yeah, probably.
Big game.
I reckon Isaac gets on the score sheet personally.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What, for Liverpool? He might not
start. For Burnley,
he's not starting.
For Liverpool.
How many do you think Isak will score this year for Liverpool?
Always games. What? In all comps or just EPL?
Premier League.
Depends.
I can't worry about everything.
I reckon he'll get
15.
15.
I reckon
because he might. Because I'm just going by how
He's
many he
gonna
hasn't
start.
played any games. No,
Yeah,
but
but he'll start.
if Iketika is scoring every game, bro, that's gonna cause a bit of
Yeah, but you can't keep
selection
on the bench,
issues.
Jay. Like you
No,
can't
I
keep
know
Isaac
that.
on the bench.
No.
If anything,
They
you can
can't.
take it to Chuck's point. Will obviously go behind him, or they got to scram him into the left wing, which I don't think
But
is a
then
good
you've got
idea.
Gakpo there. Gakpo's
Yeah,
really good at
Gakpo's
that.
good.
Yeah.
So
They
in
got depth
Europe,
up front.
in Europe they alternate, but for me, Isak, I think he's going to crack 18, 19. Easy.
But he's missed out the first 3 or 4 games, bro. Do you
I know,
understand?
but the chances he's going to get with these guys,
He's going to get chances and he'll
Hey,
finish. Yeah.
and he's a good finisher.
I don't
You
know.
can't-
It's a first year, a lot of pressure, man. I reckon 15 goals. I'd say
Pressure?
because
He's putting pressure, Jay.
bro, there's
He doesn't
$130
bother me.
million
He doesn't-
tag on him.
he-
Nah,
he's-
I
nah,
think
he's
it's going to be
pretty-
different.
Look, I hope you're right, but he's
I'm
pretty
giving him
cool
a
under
year.
pressure.
Who's
I'm
going
gonna
to
give him
score
a
more,
year.
Voltamate or Isak? That's what we need to understand.
No.
Walterman's not even going to crack 10, bro.
Like that,
Yeah.
Chuck told me 15.
15.
Bro, if he
Nah,
cracks
look,
15 and
okay.
Isak cracks
Nah.
15, that's a huge win for Newcastle.
The only thing with Isak is he's just got to ramp up now. He needs to get fitness. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
might
he
be a
has to
couple of
get
weeks.
That's what I'm
Otherwise-
saying. I don't think
Also, but Isak has to ramp up and get a couple of weeks, but Wissa's ready to go.
bro,
I
Isak's
think-
been has had that much commotion around him.
Wissa's
The
done the
poor guy's
exact same
stressed
thing.
out.
Wissa did the
Isak-
same thing.
Isak's stressed out, the poor bloke.
Nah, man, come on. Wissa did the same thing. He rocked up to training 3
I'm
minutes later. He's
giving
taken off.
you strikers to the next international break. So I'm giving you 3-4 games.
Who?
Voltamate and Wissa. That's plenty of time.
Walter Murray
3-4
gets 3
games.
games. 3
Bro,
games.
the next international break's 3 games away, 4 games away, 3 weeks away. About
No,
a
it's
month away.
In December.
I know
Yeah.
it's about a
No,
month. away.
there's one in between. There's an
Is
extra
there?
one. Yeah.
That's my next checkpoint for Newcastle strikers. So you got 4 games.
Well, they've got an easy run, so they should
I know.
they should have a few goals. Come on, bro, Wolves.
The one game, then that's an easy run. Jeez.
What else
Bro.
have they got?
You guys can win 5-0 in that game.
Nah, come on. Let's be honest.
But anyways, Isak, I'd say probably 15 goals, just because he needs to get fitness now. He's not going to play. He's not starting. I don't think he's going to
Yeah, he
start
might not
this
start
weekend.
the next 2-3 games.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that it's more that he's gonna.
Yeah,
There's gonna be
but
5 or 6 games
He
of not
could
scoring.
easily call doubles in games very easily. This bloke.
Yeah,
Doubles and hat
He'll get
tricks.
if he gets chances
quick.
and Liverpool create chances, he'll get
Yeah.
probably more than at Newcastle.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially
Next
with what they
year,
got.
I'd say next year definitely, but this year I don't know. It's a bit of a hard one. What do you reckon, Chuck?
So you
reckon-
think Gyökeres will outscore him this year?
Bro, he's got 3 games ahead of him, 4 games ahead of him.
I know he's got 2 goals, Jay. 2 against
Yeah,
Leeds.
but everyone
This
else
guy's
is on
gotta
2-3 goals.
This guy's got to play Leeds at home as well. You know what I mean? He's got to play Leeds at home as well.
Yeah, but they got Burnley this week. That he
The only
should be.
thing is, the only thing with Gyökeres is he's taking the penalties, so that'll help. I'm talking non-penalty goals. If Salah takes them, so Gyökeres has one non-penalty
Caveats.
goal.
Jeez,
Nah,
caveats.
well,
You know what? He took a few for Newcastle.
No, he did exactly. But at Liverpool, I think Salah will still take them.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is that we've got to.
Yeah, but they'll, if he's playing and they get a penalty, they'll give him the first. They'll give him that to get him
Do you
going.
know what?
Who knows?
This is what I'll say to you guys. I reckon Isak's good for 18, 19. I think Wissa's good for 16, 17. That's what my
Yeah,
bold
Wissa
prediction
could
is.
be. He could be.
I just don't know what Voltemate's going to do. For me, that's an enigma. That it could be freaking Robert Huth,
5.
or it could be someone. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know much about. I don't know how he's going to adapt, but I have more confidence in Wissa. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm not that low on Walter Mara as you.
No, I'm just saying. Like I don't
I
know.
think-
Oh, bro.
No. But what
Walter
I'm saying
Messi.
is, no. Well, what I'm saying is there has to be a lot of caution around him, right? Like he's got a lot of upside. He looks like he could be a really good player, but for a player to come from the German league to the Premier League, that's a big jump, man. Like, you know, and I don't. That's not.
Yeah, but how many strikers have done well from Bundesliga now?
No, I know. Not many.
Well, you've got Isak, you've got Ekitike, you've got a couple of guys now. They've played in Bundesliga. They've come over and they've done well.
But he didn't do anything at Borussia Dortmund, Isak. He
But I'm
left.
saying he's a product of them.
That's a
can't
reach.
look at all
He
that.
was at Borussia Dortmund. He wasn't good, and that's why Sociedad took him, right? Ekitike is the only one at the moment who looks like he's gone from Bundesliga straight to the Prem, and it suited him, you know. But he looks like a typical French striker. Like, I don't know. I'm just shocked Arsenal didn't go for Ekitike because he's younger and he fits your profile better. But anyway,
he's
you
got
got
a good team behind
Gyökeres.
him too, Chuck. That's the big difference. Like,
Yeah, it makes a huge difference, and that's what I think. If
Even though they've
Isak's
been
getting
patchy.
chances, if Isak's getting a lot of chances,
Yeah,
he's,
he'll definitely.
he'll like you said, he'll crack a few doubles, and then all of a sudden he's up the table.
That's one guy I'm not watching to have a bad season, but that's one guy I have no doubts he'll be up there in the scoring charts very soon.
Yeah. It's just how many Wissa can get. I think Wissa will get between 15 and 20, but is it 15 or is it closer to 20? If it's closer to 20, we're going to have a good year,
Well, that's pretty much almost Isak territory.
But that's what I'm saying. If he does that,
we've replaced that.
Then we haven't, then Walter made is almost a free hit, and we're giving him time to.
You know what it really comes down to, like for Newcastle, the wingers is my. I'm so stressed out for the wingers. I don't even know what you're going to get from them.
Why are you stressed out about Newcastle, bro?
I'm just saying. I think Wissa. I think Wissa is not a problem. I big tick there, but if the wingers do not supply anything of value to the strikers, well, you're only as good as the crumbs you get, right? So the problem is,
I'm not so worried. I'm not so worried about them providing, because at Newcastle, especially, will create. My concern is output from the wingers. I think if Harvey Barnes plays all season, he'll crack 9 or 10 goals, maybe, but he'll offer nothing in build-up. He's not. He literally just wants to cut inside and shoot. He's not playing 1-2s. He's not putting guys through. He's a striker that plays on the wing, right? That's his game. Gordon, for me, is the key. Like, obviously Alanga, but I'm saying Gordon, for me, if he does what he did 2 years ago, we're going to have a great season. But if he does what he did last year, he can't be producing 5 and 6, 5 goals, 6 assists. That's not what we need out on the flank, right?
That's Martinelli.
And Alanga, if that's what he produces on the other side, then Rick's point's right. We're going to have a hard year.
That's what I'm saying. They need to really.
We definitely need to. Yeah. We definitely need to. But I think if that's what's happening, because of the PSR situation and our squad cross ratio with wages, we're pretty good. We're going to go in again for a winger. We'll go for someone. I think Barnes is on the block. This is his last year at Newcastle. He's a sellable asset. We'll probably get 30 million for him. We might get 15, 20 million for Asula. What's going on here? How dark am I? Jeez. Shadowrun.
NBA Jam.
No, but I think those two guys, I think Asula and Barnes are going to go, and that's, say, close to 50 million combined, 40 to 50 million combined. On top of all the other headroom that we've got, we're going to sign a really good winger somewhere. And I don't know if that's right or left, but if that's the problem for us, that'll get addressed. But the problem is that going to happen in January, or is that going to happen in the year? That's a long way away,
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Next game. Last game, actually. Man City and United. Big game.
Oh, it used to be a big game.
It's a big game for both clubs, dude. If they both need the win. But it's
who needs it more? Who needs it more?
City.
Both.
I know both, but there has to be someone that needs it more.
Well, Amaron needs it not to get. I reckon
to get sacked.
It's kind of the wheelbarrows coming out, and then if City. What do you mean? You think they're going to keep Amaron around?
Bro, he's lost. How many games has he lost to other shit clubs? They're not going to sack him after a City win.
Jay, it's piling up. Come on, it's like Arteta. It's just you guys aren't winning. It's just I'm telling you, the wheelbarrows.
It's like Arteta. Amarim's like Arteta. They're completely different. One guy's come second 3s in a row. This guy's come second last.
I know, but you guys haven't won anything, which is almost as good as this guy's done. You know what I mean? Like it's you got rich man, poor man problems.
Amarim needs it more, I think, because Pep's got money in the bank. Like he can survive a turbulent period. Whereas if Amarim loses this, and then next week he's got Chelsea away, or Chelsea, sorry, at Man United. Like he's got tough games, man. Like he can't afford to be languishing around 15th, 16th, or whatever.
Unlockable character, Chuck.
I'm back. But what I'm saying is, I don't think he can afford to play Russian roulette with these games. Like he needs to start. He needs at least to draw here. He can't lose.
Nah,
right? Because if he loses, and then he loses again versus Chelsea. The next game after that is away to Brentford, and we know Brentford's crap. And if Brentford are going to be near the bottom, and they could do a number on Man United, I wouldn't want to be him. I wouldn't want to be him.
That's the thing with you. But going back to Pep, I think it's starting to be more noticeable, the trend of him kind of having, less and less sort of success. Like it's starting to get to the point where there's a sample size enough to say he's losing his grip a little bit, as opposed to this is just a jolt. And losing a derby
between the two is obviously an even bigger jolt. But you're right. I think you're right, actually. In terms of Amaron, it's more significant for him. I reckon the clock's been ticking since day dot. They've said to him,
Of
we've got
course.
200 mil up front for you now. You need to do something for us now. And I
Yeah.
think he's at the point where, like, if he loses this, you're right, and he goes to Chelsea next week, I'm telling you that wheelbarrow's getting oiled up to sort of go to take him out to an Uber.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think they're going to be very edgy. And the thing is, Man United have been playing really good versus City. They, for some
They do.
reason,
Really
really
good.
get up for it.
Always.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
up for it. And the fact that City are vulnerable, I'm actually, no result will surprise me. A City smash, a United win, a draw. No result here is surprising to me. But I just think the stakes are so high for both clubs that I think Man United can't afford to get nothing. You know, if City get nothing, Pep's just going to come out scratching his head.
Yeah.
You know, and then the following week, Haaland might get 2 or 3 goals, and that whole thing's just going to keep going up and down. Whereas, you know, as Rick said, they've really backed Amorim. His system doesn't even work. He's not flexible at all. He's playing this 3-4-2-1, whatever the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, people are questioning what he's doing with Kobe Mainu. They need midfielders. Kobe Mainu is seen as like the young, bright spark of this club who have a history and pedigree of bringing young players through, and he can't get into this team. Like, Amorim's really got to that point. So, I don't know. I think Amorim really needs the result, or he's on a slippery slide out.
I think, you know what? Because they won't sack Pep, obviously. He's done way too much for them. He'll probably end up leaving end of this season anyway. But in saying that, Liverpool have got Burnley. That's an automatic win. They're going to be on 12 points. We beat Forest. We're on 9. And then Chelsea should beat Brentford. That leaves City being behind about 6 to 8 points for each team. So that's a big clawback for them, especially they've lost a lot of players. And it's, I don't know.
I agree. I agree.
You know, on that point, Jay, I'm starting to think the EPL is becoming way, way too unpredictable now, even for that statement, because that used to hold a lot of weight back in the day, having a 6 or 8 point lead. Now they're kind of clawing these leads back. Like, you can get teams that go on a run, like, you know, Newcastle could come through. I mean, you know, Bournemouth could go through. You know what I mean? Like, some of the stuff that I'm seeing for the past couple of years, that is becoming less relevant now for me. Minus Liverpool, but everything else is fair game beneath that for me.
I wouldn't even just go Liverpool. I'd go to Arsenal. That's their 2 rivals, Liverpool and Arsenal. That's 1 and 2. It's going to be 1 and 2. Whoever comes first is up for debate.
No, what I'm saying is it won't surprise me.
No, I know that, but everyone else is irrelevant because everyone goes for these little runs. Forest will go on a little run, Newcastle, but these teams never end up finishing top 2. It's always the big teams that end up cleaning it up at the end of the season. That's who City should be targeting, not who goes for a run for a month or not.
But you guys haven't played really well the first 3 games either. You've scrapped a lot of wins.
We have, but we're 6 from out of 9 points.
Yeah,
but that's been the theme for the whole last year. You've got wins that have, I don't know where you've got.
It's just secondary.
Yeah, I know. But the thing what Jay's also, I agree with Jay. You know, Pep, he can't fall too far behind so soon, you know, in the Premier League. And that's why I asked the question, who needs it more? Because if Man United lose and Liverpool got a gimme this week, Arsenal should beat, you know, Forest. You know, he can't be on 3 points and his 2 title challenges are on 12 and 9. You know, like he's already. That's they're already gone.
And he won't play. He won't stay for Champions League. There's no way without Champions League.
Yeah. So this is where I keep saying to you, Rick. Like, all these teams have flaws. I know you've torn apart Newcastle 1,000 times, and you said we're not perfect everywhere. All these teams have flaws. Yeah. The only 2 teams with really, really good squads, and I mean they've got firepower, but Arsenal have a squad, right? Like, I know Jay doesn't want to admit it, but they spent 260 and they let nothing of note go, right? We spent 250, we let the guy go. You know what I mean? So it's not the same. We have deficiencies. Arsenal are pretty well-rounded. They've got a deficiency on left wing. They've got no pace out there. Odegaard's been a bit of a problem, but it looks like if Eze comes in and challenges him, you've got a viable, competition there. And
I don't know. I think Arteta's. The problem is, for me, and this is what I'm anticipating, I said at the last sort of podcast, there's a ticking time bomb for Arteta, and there's an expiry date for this guy's style of playing, getting wins the way he is. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm almost one of these people that are just waiting for something to collapse behind Arsenal because I'm not always convinced with their style of play. They're getting wins. They're scraping wins. They've done it for the past year.
So
But
many.
it's got to come to a point where Liverpool dominate teams. City have dominated like in their heyday. They've dominated teams. They're good for the wins.
Yeah.
They're not scrapping wins or someone's getting a goal from the back of someone's head or the controversial calls.
A goalkeeper tapping it in. Like
there's got to be a point where this kind of sees it. You know, okay, we're starting.
You regress to the mean. It's called regressing to the mean.
Oh yeah, Rick.
But
Rick, how many? If you look at a stat of Arsenal, the reason why we haven't dropped off is because we've performed well against the top six. If we didn't lose a game against the top six in the last 18 months, apart from Liverpool.
But I'm saying this
that's
season,
the difference
against Man United. I wasn't really convinced.
Bro, first game of the year. You can't,
I get it. I know, but I'm just saying, like, no one's really convinced me, to be honest. Like, that's front runners. But Man United, you got to against Liverpool. I thought that wasn't the best display.
I don't think Liverpool been playing fully well either.
Chelsea versus Fulham, Rick? Chelsea versus Fulham. They should have lost that game.
They should.
Fulham were all over them. Fulham scored a legit goal. They had it chalked off. They had a dodgy penalty or whatever given to Fulham.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Arsenal coming in from last season to now. The results.
I know, but we're talking about a fellow top 4 team. What I'm saying is every single one of the top 4 has something you can poke at.
Of course.
You can poke at. And with Pep, he has spent so much money in the last 2 windows.
He has no excuses.
And I'm not seeing anything tangible, man. And this game's huge. This game's big for them. What's happened to Phil Foden?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to be there.
What's happened to Phil Foden?
The whole team's falling apart, man.
I feel like Phil Foden and Anthony Gordon have got the same bloody bug. Like they went from being so good and really on the right trajectory and just falling off a cliff.
That's like, but there's a couple of wingers like that as well. That's not just Gordon. Gordon scored 10 goals, 11 assists, and he won us 5 penalties in the Premier League that year, which Isak converted. So that's basically 15 and 11 from a winger, he was our player of the year. And we had Isak in there scoring. Like what I'm saying, it could be got to do with the contracts, Chuck, as well.
Chuck, he may have peaked out too. That may have been his peak. That was probably his peak season.
Jay, Rick, if that's his peak and he gets near that, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like that's
some players like Amaron with you guys. He peaked. Like he had some he had a year that I was like, what the hell? Murphy last year, unbelievable. You're looking at these players. So it was maybe one of these things, and I've started to notice with how he gets these little sleepers of players that they just peak. Amaron, Murphy, he's done it with Gordon. That's 3.
He's getting guys,
but they're not sustainable. That's the problem.
We need that. We obviously.
Anyway.
All right.
Thanks for listening in episode 13. Please like and subscribe. Spotify, YouTube, X, Instagram, all the above. Thank you guys. Until next time.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.